Good morning, everyone. Today is 2019, December 6th, Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning, San Francisco time. We have a crowd here, and you are watching Xa Talk Show. So, what is today's topic? Good morning, guys. Good morning, Dan, Emily, and AC and AC Mompong. AC Mompong, and good morning, Bart. And what is the topic, guys? So today, Dan says suggested topics: contributing to Emacs, hacking with Emacs, Emacs list for general purpose programming, Emacs distributions. For example, SpaceMax, SX Emacs. Oh my God, you are a old bee, Dan. Where you from, Dan? Oh, Brazil. And Dan says Emacs window managers, EXWM, and desktop apps. That's a lot of topics. You have to pick one. In general, when I'm asking like what topics, you have to. The best thing for me is for you to pick one topic you want me to talk about, like what you want to hear. I mean, the attitude is instead of, oh, Xa needs a topic, let's suggest him some topics. Instead of that, the better mindset for me would be what you have questions for me. That would be better because. But anyway, that's a lot topics, and Bart is complaining not Emacs again. So actually, so we can talk about one topic, one of them. If we're gonna start that on Emacs, that's gonna be usually it's gonna be endless. But Emily is here. Okay, so Emily is probably interested in Emacs. So Dan, pick one topic. Do I use Firewall? No. Other than the whatever operating system provides. So I mean dedicated firewall. No, I don't use firewall. But I do have a tutorial on how to set up firewall, which is the most complicated thing in Emacs. Okay. So Dan Morris, pick a topic. You have to respond. So let's go to. Okay, so let's just start to search Linux firewall. Okay, sorry, Linux firewall. So I don't have a topic today, so I might just go random. So Linux firewall. I spent 1 month full time to write this tutorial. The Linux firewall, there is this iptables. It is one of the most complicated thing. Okay, iptables. The documentation is worst shit possible. So I spent 1 month, full month to write this tutorial. And if you look online, so how to contribute to Emacs? Okay, so if you look online, all the online tutorials on iptables, that's like 20 years old. So in 2013, I spent 1 month to write this tutorial because I was thinking, so anyway, so here is my tutorial on iptables, which is firewall on Linux. So you get the Linux machine, and you can use the machine as a firewall machine. So you guys might be interested in that. And I was thinking today we might talk about something else, like non-technical, non-programming, and random. So Dan says how to contribute to Emacs. Well, to contribute to Emacs, you write a package, then you. Okay, how to contribute to Emacs? Well, okay, so the easiest way is for you to write a package, Emacs package, You put it on Melpa. Uh, you put it on Melpa. So okay, so let's go to my Emacs tutorial. Let me show you. Okay, uh, you so let me talk about how to contribute to Emacs. Of course, first of all, you learn Emacs Lisp. You have to write a package. You should spend half a year to know what you are doing. You learn Emacs Lisp, then you write a package that doesn't exist anywhere else yet, or you already know some other package, but you think it's not as good. So you write one of your own. You write a package, okay? Then you put it to Melpa. Now, in order to you put it to Melpa, how do you do that? First of all, you write a package. You put it on GitHub, so other people, your friends, for example, know how to can download it and use it. So, and if it's good, then the next step is you put it on Melpa. So let's go. Where is Melpa? So let's go to Practical Emacs. Practical Emacs init setup. Then you have install packages. Okay, basically when you install packages, you are most likely install from Melpa. So you go to Melpa. Okay. Well, not Emacs wiki. Emacs languages, not Emacs. I want to go to Emacs Melpa. Okay, there. So on Emacs Melpa, that's where you download Emacs packages. Melpa is a Emacs packages repository. Then you click on their GitHub. Let's turn on JavaScript. Okay, you go to their GitHub. Then there are instructions like contributing that tells you how to make your package available on Melpa. Basically, it means you have to follow certain formats. For example, your headers. For example, let me show you. Okay. So I'm going to show you one of my most popular packages. Let's start command log mod. Topics, guys. Okay, topics. So for example, you are looking at Xafly keys, one of my most popular packages. And in order to put Melpa, basically, you have to follow this header. Basically, those are the headers you need to have in that particular specific format. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Campbell. So I'm gonna read the comments in a moment. So anyway, you go to Melpa GitHub page. They have instructions. You just follow it. Then the Melpa people, which is Steve something. Okay, let's see, where is it? Let's see, commits. So Melpa is maintained by basically 2 or 3 person. Actually they do a lot of work and they are not getting money. That is a situation with open source, but they do have jobs. Melpa is started by this guy who is known as Melky Man, Melky Postman. That's his nickname online. You search for Melky Postman Emacs, you'll find him. Okay, so let's see commits now. So all these are new packages. So you see, one of the maintainer of Melpa is this guy, Steve Purcell, and the other guy is Tassius, this guy. Okay, and they both have written packages. I mean, they are good. They are good Emacs coders. So Steve Purcell. Now on GitHub, how do you get into his? I want to go to Steve Purcell's. There is a guy. He is the main guy that does work on Melpa. When you submit a package, he basically looks at it a little bit. Then he approves it, he merges your package to Mailpath repository. So he's one of the main guy, and he's a nice guy. Okay, so I've sent my, I have my packages there, and he is very helpful. And the other guy, the Tassius. Now Tassius is another guy that helps out on Mailpath. Now, how do you get his name? Okay, here. So his name is Jonas Bernoulli. He is also the maintainer for Magit, a very popular Emacs mod for Git. For example, I can show you Magit right now. Okay, MS Magic status. Okay, so let me show you Magic status. Okay, so here is my so you see, let me magnify. Okay, so I have a bunch of temp files. All those are temp files. But anyway, here is my code, stuff like keys, and I have some. Yeah, I made this change. I haven't committed yet. So that's, you are looking at Magit, which is a great mod for GitHub, for Git. Okay, and also GitHub. It connects, so I can actually commit it, but I don't want to. Okay, so Magit, so Jonas Bernoulli is also helping out on Mailpath. And the other guy is Melky Postman. Melky Postman works for Google. Let's see if I can find. I don't think he's very active, but he's a guy who began Mailpath about 5 or 7 years ago. So if we can look at his name, Emacs Melky Postman, that's the name he goes by. Okay, it's named. By the way, it's named Mailpath because it's named Melky Postman's Emacs Lisp Package Archive. That's the original name. That's the origin. So Melky Postman is this guy, and I believe he works for Google. Okay, he's American. So basically, as far as I know, these three are the main guys who maintains Mailpath. So you follow the Mailpath instructions, you submit your packages, then your package will be on Mailpath. Now, however, Mailpath is not a Free Software Foundation's project, so it's not really part of Emacs. Mailpath is like outside of Emacs. The GNU Emacs from Richard Stallman, the Free Software Foundation, they also have a repository. It's called ELPA, okay, ELPA, which sucks donkey ass. For every package on ELPA, there are like 1,000 packages on Mailpath. That's how big the difference is. You see, I go to the ELPA website, it doesn't even load unless I turn on JavaScript. It sucks in every way. Just like oh wait, no wait, this is a different website. You see, the search doesn't even show up because nobody is using it, ELPA. So let's type Emacs ELPA. So there it is. Not wiki. Wait. Okay. So this one, the second one. Hold on. So this website, ELPA, this is GNU Emacs Lisp Package Archive repository. This is the official package repository from Free Software Foundation approved packages. Now, if a package shows up here, that means it's owned by Free Software Foundation. So if you want your package to be part of ELPA, you have to sign paper. You have to sign paper and give away all your rights. Like this, from today on, this software belongs to Free Software Foundation, not yours anymore. That's what you have to do. You have to sign it. That's the process. That's the process for your package to get onto Alpha. That's not all. Okay, the willingness to sign the paper is one thing, but if you are willing, nobody's, they are not going to just let you allow you to put a package there. You have to talk to the GNU developers. For example, they don't really have a formal process, but basically the way it works, as far as I know, I don't think I don't think I'm outdated yet. But basically the process is that you go to the GNU Emacs dev. Okay, you go to Emacs dev mailing list. It's a mailing list you join. Then you participate there for a while, for several months or things like that. For example, here is the official mailing list Emacs dev. So we can look at thread, right now. So that what they are talking, Stefan, we see, I'm familiar with more than half of these names. So Andrea, I don't know who that is. Keith, David, Ellie is basically the primary maintainer right now. Keith David, I don't remember. Stefan Monia is a professor who does research in functional programming. He is based in Montreal, Canada, and he was the Emacs maintainer for 5 years, around year 2010 or so, for 5 years. So anyway, so you can see this is the GNU Emacs mailing list. Eddie Zareski is he is a very annoying guy, and very stink. Every, like, when you talk with him, or every message is the way he writes is stings you. He just stings you, and not polite, and always he. Anyway, he is an old Emacs Lisp coder, and he's been with Emacs probably one of the oldest. Okay, at least for 20 years, at least more than 20 years, I think. So Eddie is, in fact, he is currently kind of the leader of the Emacs dev, in practice. The officially it's by the leader of Emacs maintainer right now. Officially, it's the uh, okay. Let's see. Officially, it's this guy, um, John Wigley, but he's kind of busy. So anyway, so this is the GNU mailing list. You join them, you kind of mesh with them for a while, so people get to know you. Then you propose your package. You suggest, oh, I have this package. You ask them. How do I get my package to Alpha? You have to ask kindly. Okay, this list is it's pretty fucked up, in my opinion. Okay, it's a GNU Emacs community is lots of fuck ups socially and technically. In my opinion. Now, those, for most of you who know me, you probably know, I'm not liked by many of them. They call me a troll, and but also, I just want to tell you my opinions about them, so you can, so you have, so you get a non-mainstream opinion about how things are. So this GNU mailing list, they got lots of problems. And anyway, so my advice, if you want your package to be part of GNU, to be on Alpha, okay. First of all, you want your package to be on Malpa, which is easiest and the most easiest. Okay, it's easy to put there, and actually it's the most practical as well. So you put your package on Malpa first. Then, if you want your package on Alpha, that's another thing. Finally, if you become a great Emacs programmer, you might want your package to be part of Emacs Lisp bundled. I mean, part of Emacs, like built-in. That is super hard. Okay, don't think about it. I can like tell you right away. Don't think about it. Okay, but the thing I want to talk about is that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what genius you are. Suppose you are the one of the most famous programmers. Suppose you coded the Google search engine. So you are a big shot. You are world renowned. You wrote Firefox engine. Let's say you wrote Firefox. You created JavaScript like the guy. Okay, Brenda, or you created Ruby or whatever. You go to the Emacs mailing list. You have to pretend like you are nothing. You are nobody. Okay, in the Emacs list, mailing list, you are nobody. They don't give a fuck what you've done. Like Richard Stallman is the king. Okay, you are nobody. Many of these people. For example, I've seen discussions. Great program, well known programmers, computer scientists, programmers, whatever. Well known. I have several examples. The Perl, many examples. But anyway, but in the Emacs list mailing list community, you are nobody. Okay, so if you want your package to be part of Alpha or possibly in Emacs, you have to talk in the most polite way possible, and they don't give a shit. Even that they don't give a shit about you. You have to kind of beg, okay, like say, please, can I possibly, and you cannot just go in and say, hey, my name's someone, my name's Sally, I wrote Firefox, okay, and would you guys consider this package? No. If you used to do that, forget it. Okay, you have to like go in and stay there, talk to people for a while, for several months, and then eventually you introduce your package. Then your package, your suggestion of including your package in Emacs or something will go through the gauntlet of all the people. They will attack you. They will say all kind of things like, but this your package, can you fix that I don't like this part, can you go fix it? And someone else will say, no, I like that part, can you change this instead of that? They will tell you what to do. And meanwhile, there are other people. Many of these people in the Emacs dev, they will tell you, no, I don't like your package. Okay, I don't think it should be part of your part of Emacs. So you will encounter all these opinions. And by the way, did I mention there is no process? Okay, there's nothing like a formal process or written down. Nothing. So you go there. It's like a commune. It's like a communist commune. Okay, you got a bunch of people, and including newbies, like who haven't coded one single line of Emacs list. There are some of those are there in there too. All it takes to be there is that you believe firmly the Free Software Foundation's ideology. Then you are a respected member. That's the main thing. Okay, doesn't matter whether you can code or how good you are, how famous you are. It doesn't matter. The main thing you to be there is that you firmly believe the Free Software Foundation ideology. That's the primary thing. Okay, so anyway, you go there, you talk to these people, and then eventually you suggest your package to be included somewhere, things like that. Then after all the discussions, random people, they will say, "Oh, I don't like it," and sometimes the conversation will just die out. Then you get nothing, like no nothing. Okay, so you have to, like, the conversation die out, and that's it. That's it for your package. Whatever, how many, doesn't matter how many years you spend on it. That's it. That's it. So you have to have some kind of tact to and know these people. And okay, so also, so when the conversation died, you might suggest it again, because there's no formality, no process. So if maybe there's an argument or digression about your package to be included, and it died out, then you possibly might suggest again a few months later something. The point, my point is that there is no process. Don't hope for it. Don't hope for it. So anyway, if eventually people like your stuff and they agree that it should be part of Emacs or on Alpha, then you get then your package gets there. So that is my opinion about the nature of the Emacs dev. Okay, and that is how you contribute to Emacs. I mean, by contribute, like there are many meanings of contribute. What do you mean? So if you wanted your package to be on Melpa, it's easy. And the people on Melpa, Steve, the people, they are great people. Now I don't know much about this guy, Melky Postman, Donald Curtis. We never talked, but Jonas Bernoulli, we know each other. Okay, a bit, and also the Steve Purcell, and they are nice people. Okay, in my opinion. So you talk them to it's not difficult to get your package on Melpa, and in fact that's the most practical thing. Once your package on Melpa is in Melpa, everyone will see it. But the GNU Alpha actually nobody use it. Okay, and many packages are in both Alpha and the Melpa, but nobody actually uses Alpha version because it's one factor. GNU, the Emacs led by Richard Stallman. That is my opinion. So that is about that Emacs community. So I don't know if that's helpful or not. Anyway, so let's see. Hey chat. Hey Jason. So actually, how long have I been talking? So I kind of let's see how long have I been talking. Okay, so check. Uh, 30 minutes. Okay, so let me read the comments. Okay. So how to talk about Emacs? So iptables. Okay, so Bart, how do you know? So Bart apparently is flaming iptables of Linux, but how do you know, Bart? Bart is saying iptables is cancelled, but UFW handles it well. My ass. UFW. If I think I know what it is. Okay, so Linux UFW. Okay, so I spelled it wrong. UFW. Yeah. Linux UFW. An introduction to uncomplicated firewall UFW. My ass. It's no good. Okay, so UFW. So when I was studying Linux firewall, I have run into UFW. I could be wrong, okay, but I don't think it's good. It's trying to be the problem with Linux is that you have so many complexities. Then that it's like the Unix Linux the system is entirely fucked up from the ground up. Okay, then you have people trying to write a wrapper, trying to write a gentle wrappers easier to use. This is like a thing of Unix, part of Unix. It happens in every program. You have something entirely fucked up, then someone else tries to improve it or write a wrapper like gentle, easy to use thing. So UFW is one of the thing. As far as I know. Let's see. And it's based on it's a wrapper to iptables. Okay. So I don't know for sure because I don't really know firewall too well. I spent 1 month studying it because back then I was trying to get into a company and they want me to do something about firewall. So yeah, they're a company, a startup. They are thinking of the idea where every home, when you have let me tell you the idea. So like home in consumers, everyone have a internet connection. Basically, you For example, in America, I don't know in other, what happens in other countries, but in America, you you create an account, AT&T or whatever, company, then you pay like $80, $50 a month. But your neighbor, in an apartment complex, you have 10 or 20 people. Basically, each person do that. So each one is paying $50 or $80 a month. So that's no good, right? I mean, the company makes a lot of money, but you guys don't necessarily need to have a account. You could share. It would be much better. Anyway, this startup company is trying to create. I don't remember the details, but anyway, they are trying to create some kind of shared network so that if I see my neighbor, I can say hi and let's share a network, and I can just press some buttons and we'll have a shared internet, something like that. Okay, this is 5 years ago. So that is the reason I looked into the Linux IP tables, which is one fucked up fuck. The documentation for IP tables is entire fuck up. No joke about it. It's the worst possible of documentation I've seen in my 30 years of programming. Well, normally I would say the worst is Apache doc, and the Linux man page. Okay, but the IP table is up there. I mean, IP table man page is it's man page. You don't have it on the Mac. Man IP table. You don't have it on the Mac. Okay, so anyway, it's on Linux only. It's the documentation is the entire worst possible technical writing, incomprehensible fuck. And when you search online, there are like 5-10 tutorials, and they are all like 20 years old. So I wrote mine, and you might check it out. So if you like my kind of writing, my logical exposition, the way I look at things, logical, clear, no jargon, no nonsense crap, you might check out my tutorial. Okay, so Linux Firewall IP tables tutorial. So let's see. So we are sidetracking, or something. Yeah, I need to go back to read the comments. UFW. So, well, Bart says UFW is good. I don't know for sure, but from what I remember, it's not good. Part of the thing, part of the thing with this easy to use gentle wrapper is that they cannot do. I mean, they are not powerful. Okay, they you have a situation like that. And this happens in Linux a lot. Like someone created something, then people write a wrapper to make it easier. But then once you start to use it heavily, seriously, then it cannot do something. Then you need to go back to the deep down core thing. That's what happens. So it says, yeah, I do remember. I've kind of looked into, but I don't want to use the UFW. And also, if you are looking for a job, I mean, if networking is the area you want to go to, do not use any of these nice gentle wrappers. You get no job. Okay, that's the thing. If you are looking for a job, I mean, I don't know, networking, or if you are thinking about a career on networking that interests you, or if you are interest to the if networking is your thing, you don't want these gentle wrappers. This applies to other things as well. Programming languages, Linux sysadmin, and all others. For example, if you want to be a Linux sysadmin, you don't want to use a watered down, nice for consumers, easy to install version. You go nowhere. Okay, you want dive it down. That's what professional means. That of course there are good reasons. There are many good reasons, cases when you want to use this kind of thing. But depending on what you want to do. So So if you just want a basic home firewall, maybe they work. Look, let me read this. Let me read this. This fuck Linux, Unix fuck. One of the many heralded aspects of Linux is its security. Security, my ass. The worst insecure system, Linux. Remember, guys. Remember that bleeding heart and all that. From the desktop to server, you'll find every tool you need to keep those machines locked down as tightly as possible. For the longest time, the security of Linux was in the hands of iptables, which worked with the underlying net filter system. No, it is not the what. That's incorrect. Although incredibly powerful, iptable is a complicated, especially for newer users. To truly make the most out of that system, it may take weeks or months to get up to speed. Thankfully, a much simpler front end for iptable is ready to help get your system as secure as possible, as secure as you need. Secure my ass. Linux, Unix, the worst, the most insecure operating system in the history of computing. Another interesting topic is Nyx GUIXPM. Okay, so I talked a lot already today. And maybe I can just like call it a day. So 36 minutes. So what are all these comments? So let me get to them. Okay. So dedicated firewall, hardware or software. So I mean dedicated. Do you use firewall? No, I don't use firewall. So how to contribute to Emacs? We talked about that. So is my answer satisfactory? Because I don't see you guys' face, and it's hard to get information from textual, from writing. So sometimes I'm talking, So let me know what do you think. Okay, so Bart says I'm setting up a firewall for our corporate network. Okay, that's good. Bart says how do not talk about Emacs. Okay, so iptables is cancer. UFW handles it very well. You might be right. I don't know for sure. Dan Morris says another interesting topic is Nyx GUIXPM package manager. Oh, Linux package manager. What the fucking fucked up. All fucked up. Fuck. Linux package manager. You have every distro has their own. Okay. So you have these, incompatible fuck. And, Red Hat has npm. The Debian Ubuntu has the, well, time to show my Linux tutorial. Okay, so let's go to computer network tutorial. Okay, I don't know computer networking that much. I did study them since since 1999. But networking, networking is a deep subject. You can dive into it. You can spend your whole life. You can be a professional networking expert. Networking is actually critical. It's just like Linux kernel. So you have kernel developers, operating system experts. You have networking. You have networking researchers. You have networking and networking protocols. The protocols. That's a deep dive. Okay, networking and not networking is not just like TCP/IP. Then you have phone networking system. Your iPhone. Your mobile phone. Then you have the wireless networking protocols. It can go as deep as you want. Okay, you can spend your whole life into it. But in general, to average programmers, you are thinking of basic understanding of TCP/IP. So if that's the case, you might check out my tutorial. Okay, it's not bad for beginners. Okay, my tutorial, TCP/IP, Introduction to TCP/IP. So that gets you an idea how the internet works. Okay, and also includes some practical tips. So what is IP address? What is a MAC address, and things like that? How to find it out? What's the command to find out? Okay, so that's that. And let's go to Linux tutorial. Okay, Linux tutorial, and we were talking about, oh yeah, the package managers. So I haven't been using Linux for like 3 years or 4 years now. 3 years now. Well, but I'm on a Mac, so Mac is supposedly to be BSD system. The Linux fuckheads, the Linux fanatics. The phonetism is such that, for example, if you are a Linux fanatics or Unix philosophy, or Unix fanatics, open source, or that, or BSD. Okay, so for example, if you are a BSD fanatic, we have people on Discord who are BSD experts and fans. Okay, so if you are a BSD fanatic, then wait, let me go back here. Okay, if you are a BSD fanatic, then when it comes to Mac, you'll say, look, even Mac adopted BSD. Oh, BSD is fantastic. Look, the Mac OS is the most popular application who adopted BSD. But when it comes to, for example, let's say BSD kernel. Wait, not kernel, or BSD. Yeah, wait. When it comes to any specific, that when you don't want, you don't like Macs, then you'll say, oh, Mac is not BSD at all, because so you see, these fanatics, they are flexible. They need, so cherry picking. That's what they're doing. They actually, all of us do. We just only see the things we like and we say it that way. So, and this happens to Linux too, especially Linux. Linux is more popular. So when they say, Linux fans, they are also Unix fans, because Unix is the granddaddy of Linux. So when they say, when they talk in general, they will say, oh, Linux is the most used, fantastic. Look, even Mac adopted Unix system. These people fuckheads. Then, but when it comes to, let's say, buying Apple, suppose they are also open source fans. Then, when let's say someone wants to buy a computer, they wonder if they should buy a PC with Linux and or Mac. Then they will say, oh no, don't buy Mac. Mac is no good, because they forgot all about Mac is part of Linux. That's these people. So anyway, so open source, as I've done this many. I talked about my opinions on many of my videos. The open source and free software foundation, I think they have become. I mean, the idea is not too bad. It's good, okay, but they have become a ideology, a very harmful ideology, and the result of that is, what we get is the all-powerful, all-encompassing Big Brother, Google, Facebook, Twitter. They control everything you do. And you cannot make money. You cannot be an independent programmer unless you work for Google. Do what they say, or you have no job. You have no food to eat. That's what open source and and free software fanatism got us. Okay, that is my opinion. So anyway, back to the Linux distro. I mean, the Linux package managers. So I haven't used them for a while. So install packages. So on Debian and Ubuntu, you have the apt-get, and apt-cache, and and dpkg. These commands are pretty old. They are like 20 years old. About 20 years old, and over the 20 years they have changed quite a lot, and it's a pile of shit upon shit. Then Red Hat, you have npm system. Then they don't want to adopt, they don't want to unify, because the open source, that's the way things are. I want my things to be popular, you want your things to be popular. That's why there's 1000 distros. None agree with each other. They are not collaborating in any, they just fall apart. That's what they are. So you have, then you have pacman. Pacman is what, used in Arch Linux or somewhere. Then you have Gentoo. Gentoo is doing, you have quite a few. Then of course there's a Nyx. Nyx is the latest. Um, you have a Nyx uh, a package manager, which is based Nyx OS. Okay, they call it Nyx OS now. Basically, it's a Linux with the Nyx Package Manager. The Nyx Package Manager is based on the idea of functional programming. So they try to have it such that no side effect, things like that, based on functional programming ideas. So I heard this is very good. I would use it. Okay, Nyx. If I have to choose, I would use this. So that is that's my story about Linux package managers. You have a bunch of these thing. NF tables. Okay, so ACM AC Mompong. AC. How do you pronounce your name? AC Akmompong something. Uh, so let's see what are the topics. It's not bad with the snaps now. I'm very satisfied. Thanks. Okay, thank you. Let's see how long I've been talking. 13 people watching and 46 minutes. Live stream. Robot source. Okay, let's see what are Green Deck. Green Deck, good morning to Russia. Haven't seen you for a while. Wow, Bart is leaving. Wait, Bart. Why would you Emacs again? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see the comments. So the question is how to cope with always having to learn new stuff when programming. I think that is the most mentally taxing part of programming, to always be in that state of confusion. I think that is actually the state of things. You might think, if you are, I'm talking about new people, okay? So for new people who just came into programming field, they just graduate from college. They think, they learn things in college, so they now work in a company, and they're gonna apply their knowledge. Okay, but most likely that's not the case at all. You join a company, you're gonna be, it's new things every year. Not even more so, every few months it's new things, new protocols, it's new things, new library, new things every, basically most of your life you are working on things you don't know how it works. You are learning. That's my experience. uh, more or less. Okay, I think that is the state of things. That is the normal state of things. Because today you might think, oh, maybe only JavaScript is like that. No, no, it's not just about the language. Okay, so suppose if you know C, you work in a company. Depending on what company it does, it might be creating networking products, it might be creating batteries. It might be research in something wind turbines. It might be e-commerce. I was doing e-commerce. So it may be a gaming company. So anyway, the company they swim in all kind of new things, and including the management, including, not just technical but also non-technical. Change is a key. That's the key of companies. If you don't change, if you don't adopt, you die. So there's change all the time. Spec changes, things change. The protocol changes. You change. So what I'm trying, I think it is the change that is actually the core of the thing. So you just have to deal with it. So as to they don't stay put. If you want things to stay put, you become a lawyer or something, and possibly you make more money actually. So so yeah. So if you work in technology sector, change is is a normal state of things. That's the thing. And you just deal with it. Yeah. So I mean, so if I can, so I would say, that's a mentality. You have to, that is a mentality to begin with. Then you are fine. But so if instead you are thinking, oh, why is it that change it again? I just wrote this code for this spec, but now it changed it again. Oh, what am I gonna do? This is no good. If you have that mentality, maybe you should get out. So that's what I think. So Campbell says you can review and give feedback to other people's packages if it's not yet accepted, and it's an area you are experienced with. Yeah. So yeah, that's hey, good morning, Campbell. That's helpful. nixos. Okay. Yes, Softlight is on Melpa. Yes. So search for telegar.el on Melpa commits. Why? Telegram.el is full feature Telegram client for GNU Emacs. Okay, I never used Telegram. Okay, so we need to put Emacs here. So GitHub, GNU Emacs Telegram client. Okay. So Telegram.el is full-featured, unofficial client for Telegram platform for GNU Emacs. It is actively developed for this reason. Some features are not implemented or they are present just as skeleton for future implementation. However, the core parts are mature enough. Okay, why do you want me to look at this? I mean, what's the issue? Okay, special screenshots. So as far as I know, Telegram is a instant messaging service similar to Slack and Discord. Um, Slack, as far as I know, Slack is focused on intercommunication between coworkers in a tech company. But Telegram began in Russia. Someone told me, okay, on Discord, oh yeah, there's a Reaper guy who told me that. So Telegram is from Russia originally, and I think Facebook own it now. Facebook bought it, and they are. So anyway, I never used it. Okay, so Campbell says, to be fair, managing package. So Campbell says, to be fair, managing packages repository is a lot of work. I think it's fine to have Melpa community manage. Yeah, Melpa, yeah, it's great. Yeah, so like I mentioned, these three people, or more. I know these three people. They did, it's a lot of work for them. Um, Steve Purcell, he also has his own. I think he's doing his own company. He has his own company. So he's based on New Zealand. That's interesting. He's on Twitter, so you can follow him and see his opinions on things. And Jonas Bernoulli is also on Twitter. Uh, the Melky Postman, I don't think he talks much. I mean, last I know he is at Google. So next time when you run on Unix, stop using Emacs. Then you can talk about no, but Emacs is part of the thing. A lot like people use Emacs. So Dan Morris says in requires knowledge skills. Saw in chat. So Dan says, I'm trying to get in touch with more Emacs developers and package maintainers to gain skills. Okay, so Dan, I would recommend you join Emacs Lisp. Okay, I mean, don't worry about what I said. I said a lot of bad things. That is my opinion, and that is my true opinion. But still, I mean, for anyone interested, so you might join the GNU Emacs mailing list. Okay, do that. So you learn how they talk, how they do things. The community is more evil than evil mod in Emacs. Okay, so hey Jason, Jason is from North Ireland. So Campbell says, well, Emacs having small code base seems okay. It's similar to Python, Ruby, small core, have package manager too. Okay, a lot of package features are ignored to being added in Emacs many times for a good reason. So Jason says, what would you suggest to an enthusiast amateur programmer like myself to do in order to start learning Emacs Lisp? Oh, well, I have written a Emacs tutorial and I spent 15 years on it. So I would recommend you just read my tutorial. I mean, there are also a few others, but I would say, it's normally that's what not people, this people don't do that. But I just say just read my tutorial because there are not many alternatives out there. I mean, there are just one page summary, but I have like 30 pages on Emacs Lisp. I have like 100 pages in detail for Emacs Lisp and for beginners. So I would recommend you read my Emacs tutorial. You read it half an hour a day and try to code. Spend 1 hour a day. In a month or two, you'll be pretty good. And if you like my stuff, if it works out for you, support me, buy my tutorial. Okay, I have the links over there. So Demora says start by reading the Emacs tutorial. There is a built-in command. Yeah, but that is for learning Emacs. That's not for learning Emacs Lisp. Matt says, hey, good morning, Matt. Oh, you are so late, Matt. Good morning to Germany. Oh yeah, so I think that's it for today. It's not so bad with snaps now. Snaps now? What snaps? So Benjamin, good morning. I thought Telegram is for Russian who want encryption to hide from government. Yeah, something like that. I mean, I think one of the thing about Telegram is that they support encryption. But apparently now it's owned by Facebook, so it's all American now. And anyway, I haven't used it, so you can go to Wikipedia and you can find a lot of details. So I think that's it for today. I don't know if I did good. It's half rant and half 1 hour. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming. So any more comment questions? Post it. Okay, we shut down in maybe 5 minutes or 2 minutes. And I'm just going to thank you, Kathy. How's going, Kathy? So Kathy, you are doing research on data science, right? So how's your project? How is your org mod? And how is your tech or LaTeX going? And what package did you end up choosing for doing LaTeX or tech? So let me copy the things I talked about today and put it on my talk show page so that later on, oh, not here. So later on, I can put them into my YouTube description, so other people can go to, they will see the descriptions of the topics, list of topics. So Emacs mailing list, Emacs mailing list is colorful because every month or two, whenever, let me tell you this story, okay? So Kathy, which package did you end up using for tech or LaTeX? So so on Emacs mailing list, every 2 months or so, there is a GUI discussion. For example, should Emacs have this GUI or something like that? Okay, graphical user interface, and and every time that comes up, it's going to be a big flame fest. Okay, hundreds of messages, and every Joe will have an opinion. Like, one of the very annoying thing on Emacs dev list is that they, this it's like a commune. Okay, like I said, the Richard Stallman. It's like a, the communism idea, commune. Basically, all the people go there. You don't have to be a good coder. You don't have to be nothing. Any Joe, in fact, there are quite a few. Like Joe, who just joined, or like you just joined, you deeply believe in the GNU, the free software ideology, like Richard Stallman. You deeply believe in whatever Richard Stallman says. So you join it, then you'll have a voice. And like some of these people, many of them, they are there for 20 years. They are really good Emacs Lisp developers. I can say it is true for Eddie. He's the, you could say he's a eLisp god. Stefan Monier too. They've written many packages. I can name them. I'm not going. Well, I'm not going to. You can find out many of them, and many of them from, and some of them are, Joanna. I don't know this guy well, but he's been there for 10 years or so, and I know most of these people, and many of them they've been writing Emacs list for 10 years, 20 years, okay, and Martin Rudalek, I think he also, and Bastian. Bastian is the maintainer of orgmod for 10 plus years. Okay, so you have many great Emacs Lisp coders, but you also have like Random Joe, and also this guy, this Japanese guy, Yamamoto Mitsusharu. Okay, he has contributed. He doesn't talk much. I can start to give you a who is who on the GNU dev list. Like you have different characters. Some are colorful. Some are always make troubles. Some like to always talk about their opinions. Okay, and and some are always quiet. They never talk. They never whenever there's a controversial. They never give any opinion. They just For example, this Yamato Mitsuharu is one such guy. I never seen him join any controversial thread, such as when they start to talk about GUI, okay, graphical user interface. Whenever there's a GUI topic comes up, everyone it becomes a flame war. Oh no, you are idiot. Okay, each one calling each other idiot. I mean, they don't use the word idiot, but you can see it's very heated. Okay, like yeah, like I think should be this way. Why you didn't say so? Why? Where's your proof? Then someone says, oh, I already posted the proof 2 times. Yesterday you didn't see it. You should go check it. Read it again. It's a big fight every time, every few months whenever there's a GUI issue comes up. But anyway, this guy, for example, he never joined such controversy. But however, he's a big, deep Emacs expert. Okay, the kind of things I've seen, I don't remember exactly, but I've seen his contributions. His contribution is the core of Emacs. Okay, not just a package that does something you can see. You don't see it. You cannot. He's contribute to the core of Emacs. Like the deep down engines, things like that. So I know many of these people, and for example, Eddie, the and also there's this guy Dmitry Gutrov is also there, for a long time. Alan, this fuck, Alan McKenzie. He's an old Elise coder, and he's the one. Every time there is some, people try to improve Emacs, he will shut it down. This Alan McKenzie guy, he wants Emacs to be like the way it is in 1980s. Alan McKenzie, this guy. Every time there's people trying to improve Emacs for the new generation, he is the one who shut it down. I talked about this before, and I have articles on my website. You can just search my name. You might find some info. Yeah, I have articles. I am not going to spend time to bring them up. I'm just giving you the dirty laundry. Okay. Now this Paul Urgut is also a old timer. Okay, he's there. I think he's there for at least 20 years or more, and he is he's a maintainer of the granddaddy, the very old package compiler generator. What's a GNU compiler generator? Anyway, have I ever met one of these people? I've met John Wigley, who is the current maintainer, and also, but most of them I have not met face to face. I mean, they know me, I know them. For example, Eddie, we've been fucking each other since 2005. Okay. Okay, my dramatic way of expressing it. We've been arguing since 2005. And this Alan Mackenzie, this German guy, we've been fighting, clawing each other's out since 2005 on the new scoop. And Drew Adam is also a very old Lisper. He's been coding Lisp for, I would say, 30 years or more. And I think he might be 60 something now, or even older. Drew Adam also, all these people has written many packages you can find on Emacs wiki. And Emacs people, you have lots of weirdos in Emacs, among Emacs users. Okay, counting me. Many people say I'm pretty weird. Drew Adam is also weird. He refused to use GitHub. It's a funny. He refused to use GitHub. He insists that he only put his code on the Emacs wiki. And there's a big flame war. You can see. There's lots of stories. The Emacs law. Paul Urgut is the he. What's the name of the package? But anyway, you search his name, you'll find on my website. Okay, let me show you some. Go to Emacs, search for Paul Urgut. Okay, actually, search for in the whole directory of my Emacs website. you can see the flame wars and dramatic stories. Yeah, there it is. One of the story, JavaScript mod war. This happened in 2010 when JavaScript is not in Emacs yet. Uh, and uh, and then you have this Emacs this docstring curly quote controversy, big flame war, 1,000 messages. They're fighting about this issue, and the at the end, the Alan fuck, well, actually, the Alan Mackenzie brought it up, and at the end, Richard Stallman killed it. He's not a maintainer, but he just fought it, and he killed it. He killed major improvements in Emacs. Richard Stallman. Richard Stallman is the guy who did the most damage to Emacs in the past 10 years. So anyway, you join the group, okay, then you talk to them, you learn things, and then you'll be a good part of Emacs dev. Okay, that's it for today. So let's see. So LaTeX Orgmod. Okay, I don't know much about that though. Tech was not only early syntax. Personally, I cannot think of any better syntax for editing math functions in Unicode system. So I thank whoever for making LaTeX tolerable. Okay, so have you ever made any of those? Okay, so another interesting topic, fractals, Mandelbrot. Yeah, let's talk about that next time. So does anyone do what Richard Stallman says? I guess he has much influence. Yeah. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming, and bye.